Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. As you can see in front of me is a little pile of stuff that I've been batch cooking, everyone. You know, you've got to get used to me by now. I had this rather lovely dye that I purchased some time ago from, I think it was probably AliExpress. I think ostensibly it was a Christmas dye, but I only actually wanted this lovely shape of the die with the stitching around it, and then this little secondary bit that acts as a mat to the tag, thinking that it would make some nice tags, and indeed it has. The papers I've used here are papers I purchased a long while ago from Antique Paperie over there on Etsy. It was a lovely little kit, but I don't know quite what happened, but anyway, whatever. I found some of this loafing around and thought, right, I'll trim it up and cut it and put it through the dye machine, and came up with these lovely little tags, and they've just been distress inked around. I've got a little bit of organza ribbon here. It's not really in keeping with the other colours, but it's not shouting, so I'm quite happy with that. And then I've used these little Holtz Botanical, I think it's Botanical, yeah, I think so, and this is very much on a par with what Holtz does, and you get a series of images in different sizes. So I just found the images that pleased me and went with the paper. You can see they've got a gloss on them. I've not done anything about that. I've just not added anything else to it. And then I've done a little bit of stenciling in the distress ink that I used around the edge of the tag, and I went and made, in my usual way, 8. But I'm really pleased. It's amazing what changing the direction of the stencil and putting it in different parts of the paper can do to the overall effect of the tags. I mean, the papers are lovely, make no mistake, but then to add the little bit of extra, how simple, you know, they were really very quick and easy to put together once I'd done the die cutting and the inking. And there's another little one there with a little butterfly around it. I did just gently ink around the little cardboard cutouts as well, just to give them a little bit more blending, because the white around it was well, it's a cream, but it was still very much prominent, so I just wanted to tone that down a little bit. And then another one here, and they're all on the foam dot affair, only it's the square double-sided foam tape. And finally this last one. But I thought, what a lovely way to use up the little Holtz Botanical cutouts, and also to use up the bit of paper from a kit that clearly I'd either forgotten about or put away somewhere safe. Now, the other thing I wanted to share with you is a little lovely that I came across on Facebook in one of the groups that I belong to. Now, I've gone back and tried to find the lady who did a little mini tutorial for these, and you know, I can't find her anywhere. Whether the link was taken down, I really don't know. I would love to give credit to this young lady, because it is a really very nice project to put together. And whilst she'd done it with lace and shabby chicy kind of vintagey accents to it, I've upped the ante a bit and made it a bit more current, using the papers from the works that I spoke about before. It's a pad, and it's just a little bit wider than this. This is embossed, as you can see, hopefully from the through the camera. Lovely, lovely colours. A little bit of ribbon. I then had some of these on my desk. I'd cut them out a while ago and was going to do some embellishments or something of that nature. I can't remember. Then also these little cutouts. I've always got little things like this floating around, and then I decided I would try this ripped edge affair on the rosettes, and so I had all of this to hand, and it really has been, apart from the paper and the one piece of 12 by 12 cardstock, which is what you need to make this project, that's all it's taken, which is rather lovely. Oh, and I pinched one of Gary's lampwork beads that he makes just to add to the bottom of the ribbon, because the closure actually unhooks underneath the ribbon there. If I lift it up a little bit, then comes around the layer of the rosette, and that has been anchored down on the back here and slightly underneath the edge of the little flip book. And that is exactly what this is. If I widen out, you'll be able to see. I just fell in love with this idea, and if you could imagine it with, you know, sort of vintage images, lace and all that kind of thing, it lends itself beautifully to so many design things that you might have floating around. I've turned this into a sort of stationery style flip book. You open up this top flap here, and it's all clearly decorated with the designer paper. In this little pocket here, I've got 3 little tags, and I've just inked around them, used some butterflies that I've cut out, a little bit of pink ribbon. There are only 3. Because that's what I've chosen to. You can't put too much into this, because it's a really snug fit, but it slots into that sidelong pocket there. And again, I haven't got a 12 by 12 piece of card here, but if I did, you would see that this would then be the top edge of the 12 by 12, and then you lift up from the other side to get the whole 12 by 12 sheet, and then make pockets and so on to suit yourself. In the centre pocket here, I've made some little 3 by 3 cards with the matching envelopes, and of course they're all lined, ready to put a little message inside, or for the recipient to send on to someone else. It's as simple as that. And again, the papers have gone the distance and allowed me to do 3 of the cards as well. And I've used a little bit of gold bling there just to give them that extra little bit of prettiness. As I say, you have to be careful. You can't overburden the pockets or anything, because it's not going to work if you do. Basically, it needs to be quite flat, but that's good because it makes it an ideal gift to send out in a rack or something of that nature. And then in the back one, I've just made this little life notebook with the pamphlet stitch. There's the centre of it, and it's just 3 little bits of paper. I could have put in more, but again, mindful of the pocket, and this one doesn't have a vent in it at all to allow you to put too much into it, and as you watch me put it in, it really is quite snug there. But what a lovely little gift to send out to someone. Now, I would be quite happy to do a basic tutorial on this if I could find the young lady's details, and as I can't, the only thing I feel would be fair to do would be to put the if I can find it, the instructions that I wrote out at the time. I don't know if that will make sense to you, but basically you've got your 12 by 12 pocket, and you do a 3-inch score and a 3.5-inch score by turning your paper around. You then turn your paper this way and you do a 3-inch score and a 4-inch score, and then where I've put these little jiggity bits is where you cut out, and you'll see I've put pocket, pocket, flip, and if I open this up you'll see this is the central flip, this is the pocket, this is a pocket, and here's the little pocket on the side. As I say, if I find the lady that shared her lovely project, I will certainly message her and try and put a link, if she has a YouTube channel, below this at a later date. So I hope you found that inspirational and that you've enjoyed seeing something very, very different. And this just closes up then like so. That then goes around the top layer of the rosette, or below the rosette, and then it just sits down there to keep it all together. You know, I hope you feel that you might give it a go, and as I say, if I find the young lady's details, I most certainly will put them below this video, because for using one 12 by 12 sheet of card, it comes out as a really, really lovely little project to send on to someone. So thank you for sharing this time, and I hope you've enjoyed my batch cooked little tags here as well. It all just keeps a girl busy, which is what it's all about. I know I keep saying it, but thank you so much for sharing this time with me all, as always, and I look forward to bringing you something new or different, or exactly the same but made differently in the not too distant future. Take care everyone, stay safe, bye bye for now.